Hello world, hello world. Welcome back to my channel. Call me Biz. Greg Giraldo, best stand-up comedy. I've been meaning to react to this dude for a long time. A lot of y'all said he's like the most brutal roaster, right? But I don't know, I can't find no clips of just his roast. So if y'all got clips, let me know. I put it in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button. I do appreciate it. And now you could also become a member. Hit that join button. Join the squad. That would be dope. And shout out to all the current members of the channel. Love you guys. We are growing. We're building a little community. I love it. So shout out to you. All right. Yeah. No more ghost watching. Let's get it.
I don't know. I live in New York City. A lot of people say New York City is the greatest city on earth. A lot of people say London's the greatest city on earth. I don't know how you could say any one city is the greatest city.
That's
Unless
true.
You've been to every single city. What do you know?
That's
Maybe
true.
There's a city somewhere in Indonesia where there's like 28 people. 26 of them are hot chicks that'll blow you for a nickel. You know? And the other two are dudes that give you nickels.
Some lucky guys.
That's the kind of city you want to check out if you get a chance. You know what I mean? Before you go jump at any greatest city on earth conclusions is all I'm saying. People say, why don't you just drive smaller cars? Why don't you economize? We can't do it. We can't drive smaller cars because we have big fat kids. You can't do it. You try wedging a clan of these mid-American behemoths with their Cheetos and their Funyuns and their Game Boys. You try wedging them in the back seat of a Honda Civic, it's not gonna happen.
That part.
You go to Asia, they got 12 little bastards on a moped, for Christ's sake. You know, in America, we need a Greyhound bus just to haul two little fat to soccer practice. We're a lucky, spoiled, and gluttonous country. I was in a restaurant recently. The waitress says, hey, did you leave any room for dessert? Did you leave any room for dessert? Did you leave any room for dessert? How gluttonous a concept is that? Did you leave any room? Is there more space in your fat, distended, bloated body cavity for more? Any chance we can put more in there? Is there any room, any space? Is there any possibility for more being crammed in your fat head? Any chance at all, any room? We got dudes with plungers that'll come out and cram food in your bloated esophagus. Is there any room for dessert? How about some death by chocolate? Can I interest anyone in some death by chocolate? Death by chocolate. Death by chocolate. How spoiled do you have to be as a culture to trivialize death like that?
That is crazy.
Science is moving fast as shit. Look at the internet. Look at all the sexual shit. All technology has two sides to it: the good and the evil and the good. You know, look at the internet. All porn and all that shit. It's amazing. I use the same machine to jerk off that I use to teach my kids to spell. You never would have seen that coming 30 years ago. Those were two very distinct pursuits. My father was never jamming one out to my flashcards. You know. Got into a fight with his wife about his bar tab, so he jumped into the ocean and drowned. That story sounds crazy to anyone who's never been married. But I swear to God, I'm not saying this for a fact. When I heard that story, my reaction was like, yeah, I could totally see how something like that would happen.
It can't be that bad.
You're drunk. I'm on vacation. You're friggin' drunk. I'm on vacation. You're gonna be hungover tomorrow. We're supposed to take ice sculpting classes on the Lido deck. If you don't shut the hell up, I'm gonna jump off this balcony.
I can see it.
Tell you something, this is an awkward situation for people like me. I mean, what the hell have I accomplished? Look at this guy's a comedy giant. I'm supposed to make fun of him. I can only dream of making 3 good movies and 40 ones. There are no interesting, famous people up here. Look, myself included. I know I'm nobody, but this was supposed to be a big night for me. I was supposed to rub shoulders with big shots. Look at these people. You've been in 40 films. The biggest movie star up here is Al Franken. An OJ roast would have drawn more star power. No Aykroyd, no Murray. You couldn't even have gotten any of those midgets you worked with in Under the Rainbow. They always brighten up a room. Bring down the midgets. We got booster seats. Right, Paul? There's booster seats. Where are the midgets? You could have brought some midgets. The guys from Oz could have them. It would have been a party. But tonight is not about midget Tonight is about Chevy. And again, I feel uncomfortable trashing you. You've done things I can only dream of. Only in my wildest fantasies could I even hope to have a 6-week run hosting a talk show that made Arsenio seem watchable. Your show lasted 6 weeks. Sally Jesse Raphael's lasted 16 years. That's got to feel good late at night, huh?
I don't need to tell you. I think I don't have one for you. Wish I did. Well, Patrice, of course, which, you know, Patrice is here, and it's, you know, he's having a lot of success now, which I hadn't seen him around for a while. He's been gone, and apparently he's been, at first I just assumed he had swam out to sea for mating season. Turns out he's having a lot of success. He's being very successful. He's been cast in a new show. He's going to give him a hand for being on a new show. How about that? On the new season of Survivor, he plays the island. Two teams of Survivor are going to battle it out in the folds of his neck fat. We're going to see what happens. And then we get down to this syphilitic little cocksucker. What? Why are we even roasting you, you fucking freak? Why are we roasting Jim Norton? Normally you have to roast someone for accomplishing something, or for doing something, or for reaching a milestone. This is the first time we've ever honored someone for finding a new precancerous growth on his head. I know I sold that with more energy than it deserved.
Wow, that acting ability, I can't believe one of your sitcoms wasn't picked up. Jesus Christ, you're overacting in jokes. Move on.
Wow, strange you have the energy left since you were just standing on a milk crate in a sports bar and fucking hula hands 2 hours ago. By the way, Norton, I'm shocked you can make it out tonight. I would have thought you were home expanding your fucking What Should Happen to Martha Stewart while she's in jail chunk. He always tackles the controversial subjects. You know, I'm sick of people saying you tell the truth. He tells the truth. He's honest. He tells the truth. That's the biggest fucking pile of horse shit ever. How can you think someone tells the truth when he lets hookers shit in his mouth and yet claims he was never molested as a child? Just fucking come clean, you dirty boy diddler. Just admit it. You were touched more often than Jim David's prostate. What do you say about a guy who'll fuck a transvestite hooker in the ass without a condom, but then only flies Continental because they have the newest fleet?
This has been fun. It's a crazy town. I was out on the street the other night. This homeless guy asked me for money, and I was about to give it to him, and then I thought, he's just going to use it on drugs or alcohol. And then I thought, that's what I'm going to use it on. People could be so harsh to homeless guys. You know, I walked behind this guy the other day, and this homeless guy asked him for money, and he looks right at the homeless guy. He goes, why don't you go out and get a job, man? Go out and get yourself a job. Like, it's always that easy. This homeless guy was wearing his underwear outside his pants. I'm guessing his resume ain't all up to date. I'm predicting some problems during the interview process. I'm pretty sure even McDonald's has an underwear go inside the pants policy.
Tell Superman that.
This guy's been living in the garbage for 6 months. What kind of job is he supposed to get? Hey, welcome to IBM, Smelly. Come on in, we got a job for you. Thank God you finally made it. That's your desk over there with the air fresheners on it. Make yourself comfortable. I like the look with the underwear. And it's Casual Friday, so it's all perfect, but you might want to go with those shoes later. We love to complain. We have a civil liberties union. They used to fight for incredible things for civil rights in the 60s and the 70s. You should see some of the battles they fight now. I read in the paper the other day, they were fighting minimum height and weight requirements for cops across the country. Like in Los Angeles, it was a law. The cops had to be 5 feet tall as a minimum.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's pretty reasonable, isn't it, for a cop, 5 feet?
That makes sense.
And they're fighting it because they say it's racist and sexist. Against who? Midget, pygmy, elf children? If you're 3 feet tall, you can't be a cop. Too bad. Do something else. Learn to ride a racehorse. I don't care. I don't want a 3 foot tall cop running around blowing his little whistle and jumping up and down with his little nightstick looking like a circus act broke out in the middle of a crime scene. I mean, it sort of undermines the seriousness of the whole police presence when 12 of them come piling out of a cop car at the same time. These guys have tough jobs, right? A 3 foot tall cop, what if he's got to chase a suspect onto a ride at Disneyland?
Well,
That was good. That was a good
gay
joke.
marriage thing, I'll tell you that. George Bush says 2 gay people getting married would violate the sanctity of marriage. The sanctity of marriage. The sanctity. Is anybody here married?
Does it feel like a gift from God to you? Sanctity of marriage. You can get married in Vegas at 5 o'clock in the morning to some toothless crack whore you met 15 minutes ago. Not only do I think gay people should be allowed to get married, I think they should have to get married, because I'm a little tired of their happy-go-lucky lifestyles. They should have to suffer like everybody else. I'm sick of walking by these sidewalk cafes. You see these guys sitting there, they're all tan and fit and muscular. They're like 60 years old, but they look great because they don't have someone at home sucking the will to live right out of them. And if you had to be married, being married to a guy would be great. Could you imagine saying something and having the words you said interpreted exactly the way that you intended your words to be interpreted? That would be a nice touch, wouldn't it? Remember what you said 10 years ago when we were driving in the car on the way to my mother's house? No? Oh, me neither. I'm a dude. Forget it. Never mind. I was about to torture you with some fake transcription skills that I knew you couldn't really call me on, and then I was going to punish you for not remembering something that you actually never did in the first place. But instead, since I'm a dude, I'll just shut up. We can drive along, maybe listen to music, have a good afternoon after all. Being married to a guy would be great. Are there any terrorists here before I continue? I don't like to offend anyone, are there? The other day I was watching a terrorism story with my son on the news, and it's like, but Daddy, how come those bad men hate us so much? Why do the bad men hate us? Isn't that heartbreaking, man? I almost started crying, Because he's 18. I don't know why they hate us, dipshit. Why don't you read a paper and form your own opinion? Which he won't do, because let's face it, as Americans, we don't know shit. We don't know what goes on in other countries. We don't read papers. What the hell's that for? We don't know anything. I was talking to this Arab guy recently, and he said, why do the Americans always support Israel? He said, it's probably because in America the Jews have all the money and they control the media, which is ridiculous and bigoted and really only part of it. Americans don't really know what goes on between the Israelis and the Palestinians. They have no idea. So basically, Americans, the average American, supports Israel for one reason. Because the Israelis never do this. Seriously, that's 95% of it. Because the average American's like, shit, I don't know what's going on over there, but I don't like that. I know that. Everyone's very nice here in Canada. Canadians are nice. I'm not used to it sometimes. I checked in a hotel and they put me in a handicapped room. But like as a nice thing, but I didn't know. She was just trying to give me the bigger room, I guess. She's like, I'll put you in the handicapped room. And I had to be all appreciative now every time I walk past her. Thank you. I never thought that one day I might take a dump with my feet 3 inches off the ground. It is quite a special room. I slipped in the shower and almost fell. How ironic would that have been to become handicapped while actually staying in the handicapped room?
That's a curse.
I'm sorry, sir, you're never gonna walk again. Well, ordinarily I'd be upset, but I'm actually all hooked up with a place to crash for the next couple days, so.
My wife and I just had a son about a month ago. Thank you very much, thank you. And it's very exciting, but it's also incredibly hard, man. It's really, really tough. And I was saying this to somebody, and the guy goes, yeah, I know, I don't have any kids, but I have a dog. So I know what it's like. People always want to compare their dogs to your kid. You don't know what it's like to have a kid because you have a dog. First of all, nobody has a dog because they were too drunk to pull out. All right, that's the first thing. That's the first thing.
Never know.
Nobody's putting a poodle through college because they couldn't control themselves for that one split second. And I have another kid, he's 2.5, so he was freaking out about the new baby, and that was tough on him, and he kept saying, no want baby brother, no want baby brother, And I didn't even know how to handle it, so I was like, well, you see, if you had learned to speak better, maybe we wouldn't have had to replace you. With that kind of command of the English language, you couldn't expect us to pin all our hopes and dreams on you, could you? And I would tell him, though, I wasn't all mean. I would tell him, I said, we're still going to love you, just not as much. And we bought him a fish tank. You don't have to worry about it. We bought him a fish tank so he'd stop worrying about his new baby brother and start worrying about his dead fish. Folks, none of this really happened. You can all relax for a second. The kid's fine. It's important for kids to feel that life is short. I think it keeps them focused. Now,
I saw London it's a much more sophisticated city than where I live in New York City. I saw a homeless guy reading the other day. Seriously.
What?
He was sitting there reading a book. At first I thought, well, that's pretty cultured. And then I thought, you got some fucking nerve asking for money. You got time to read? You want me to underwrite your leisure time, asshole? I saw these homeless guys in a subway, and they were singing a cappella for money, shaking a little bag, singing a cappella. And I thought, I wonder if they were an a cappella group before they became homeless. 'Cause that would kind of explain it, you know what I mean? Because a cappella, let's face it, it's not really a booming kind of art form, but because if they weren't already an a cappella group, how would you become an a cappella group once you were home? Like, where do you bump into other a cappella enthusiasts along the homeless trail, you know? You think you're just sitting in the shelter? I want some crack. Me too, me three. I live in New York City. That place is so in your face. I can't even take it anymore. I was on the train the other day. This guy screams across the tracks. He screams. He goes, yo, Monica. Yo, Monica. Yo, you got AIDS, yo.
What?
I thought, wow, that's how they tell you? That Michael Moore's right. We have the worst healthcare system. Up here in Canada, they'd call you up, right? Maybe an email or some sort of fax or something. They don't hire a Puerto Rican kid to scream across the subway tracks. Why don't we use that for all our health alerts? Yo, Greg, your cholesterol high, son. Oh, man, thank you, Hector.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yo, Greg, your girl's pregnant. Enjoy the rest of your day. This guy's actually funny, man. Really, really funny guy. So he has other stuff outside of the roast. Every time y'all talk about him, y'all only talk about the roast. He talked about a couple of dope things. I just wanna touch on. Pause. Look, the first one is marriage. The whole thing about if you were married to a guy, I get it. It's a funny as joke. Yo, you just got, to me, I feel like your life could be fun with a girl if she understands you, you know? I feel like a lot of people, like, especially men, like, we get with chicks just because of how they look, not their personality. We already like, her personality is probably not gonna be that great, trust me. I know dudes with relationships with girls that are just terrible, like, just terrible. I'm like, bruh, you only wear her for the... But whatever. Another thing too, the kids, that was a good joke. You gotta let them know that life is short so they can stay focused. That is amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Just be with a girl that's cool, that knows who you are. That way, you know, y'all don't have to you don't have to feel like you're being held hostage by a terrorist. But that's hilarious, man. Every time I hear marriage jokes, I'm like, man, it can't be that bad. I want to be married, but like, probably in my 50s when I'm like, all right. It's time. Like late 50s too, like 59, but about to be 60. But anyways, y'all let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below. Let me know what's next from Greg Giraldo, and I got you. If you made it this far, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one, and guess what? You better be there. Peace.